Hey everybody, welcome to the GMG review. Today we're taking a look at the Leviathan Siege Dreadnaught, which I was lucky enough to get my hot little hands on for Warhammer, the Horus Heresy. This was kindly sent along as an advanced complimentary review copy to check out. And we're going to take a look at what we can do with the arms. Now this box set in particular is the ranged weapon version. Obviously Leviathan has a ton of arm options. This is the initial launch and more are going to come in the future. So what I want to take a look at today is how easy it is to magnetize the arms on this sucker so that I can mix and match them with this second, hopefully melee one that comes out in the future and be able to have some offhand options to swap back and forth. So let's crack this guy open, see what the sprue looks like and how easy it's going to be to magnetize him. All right, so here he is, fresh out of the box, Mr. Leviathan Siege Dreadnaught. Let's pop them open and have a look at these frames. What do we got? Well, we have the destructions right here for building him. And the important part here is the arms. Okay, so there we go. Now, as long as we have at least 3 sets of these, we are good to magnetize because this shoulder mount you see here is going to be popping on there and you could easily sink a double-sided magnet into that. And also as long as the guns can all be built separately and independently. So let's check out the frames and see if that is the case. We got our base. Obviously we have our nice, now customary transfer sheets for the 2 legions that were in the starter set. So you're gonna get your Sons of Horus and your Imperial Fists. This looks like the upper body frame. So I imagine this frame will be universal with whatever the melee or close range dreadnought's gonna be. That looks like the gun frame, so that's probably the swappable one. We have a leg frame, so there's your feet. And it does look like there's a couple of options. There's a stepping foot and then 2 flat feet. I'm obviously gonna want to use the stepping foot. I like the dynamism of a moving dreadnought as opposed to a standing around one. And then, oh, I like that, multiple chest options and multiple groin options. So it looks like there's a, like a Thunder Warrior style one there with the lightning bolts coming out of it, and then another one here with the scroll, and then an Imperial crotch, I guess that is, with a laurel and a little gem, and then a purely Sons of Horus one. I kind of wish they just left that blank. I mean, we have decals to make the eye. I kind of wish they just left that, had a blank one we could put different Legion symbols on, not have to use the laurel, but there's a laurel on there too. You could fill that in too, I guess, if you wanted to. But yeah, so two little like groin pieces, so a little bit of options there. Only one head, double-sided down the middle again. Looks almost identical to the head from the Contemptor. And the Havoc launcher, no, sorry, the Phosphex launcher rather, not a Havoc launcher. Little Phosphex canister launcher. You get your torso, culverins here. Is there anything else for the torso? No, it looks like it's just that. I bet your options for the torso are gonna come, oh no, that's heavy flamers right there. There we go. There is heavy flamers, okay. So heavy flamers are there, culverins are there. I'm wondering what the other options are gonna be and whether or not they'll be, I think that's actually the only 2 options for his body. So that looks like the 3 universal frames, and then here's what we got. Okay, so guns, so Storm Cannon, Grav Flux Bombard, and then, I can't remember the name of the last one, Melted something. So Storm Cannon, Grav Flux Bombard, and the Melted Cannon-y thing. Now I'm looking for the pieces. There they are, 3. There's the pieces that are gonna make that magnet sync right there. So you can see these 2 pieces put together. They're gonna hinge onto each of the guns. So there's 2 of them. So that's 1 set. There's 2 more. There's same number even, number 3. 2 more right there. Do I see them anywhere else? Oh, nuts, I don't. Nope, that looks like it. There's 2 sets. Okay, so your options then to get all 3 gun options are going to be to clone that piece somehow. It might, I don't know if it's on the Contemptor frame. Maybe it's on the Contemptor frame. I'm gonna go have a look. Rats, it's there, but it's too small. I guess you could also just do 1 side, maybe, if you want to get it as a single kit here, or you could bodge something on a card. Because as long as it's visible on the exterior of the, now it's gonna be visible on both sides. Well then, your last option is to magnetize it on the inside. And that means magnetizing it through this hinge here. So gluing those parts down and then magnetizing the drop-in point. Because it looks like you could also do that. And you could even put a magnet inside there. I wonder if you could fit one in here as well. I think you can actually, sneakily enough. And that's hollow. And so's that. Okay, all right, so you can do, it looks like you could just magnetize these without even having to use that hinge piece and just dropping magnets in here. I wonder if I have magnets that are the right size. Let's have a look. Well, someone out there really likes us because this is perfectly sized to magnetize, having now actually opened up and looked at it. So these little gaps in each of the guns are 4mm by 2mm, which means each one of them perfectly takes a 4mm magnet. Look at that. And then these are actually, you could put a magnet in there if you wanted to. It's about 5mm by about 1. I think it's about 1mm, 5 by 1. Yeah. Just on one side, and then a magnet in the hinge, and that's going to keep this able to just slot in and slot out. So I'm going to give that a go at magnetizing all these arms, but it means that because you just put a washer in this, no matter what gun you're going to put on, as long as you magnetize that hole, it should be good to go. Now I just hope, and I'm guessing if the same wonderful person at Games Workshop designed this other kit, that the melee arms are going to also have that same hinge piece. And if they do, then we should be good to go. If not, it means I can get a second Leviathan and have double guns. I can have double storm cannons or double whatever. So I'm not super worried about taking the chance on it, as opposed to magnetizing this top piece and having parts missing. If I do it this way, I'll be able to swap out the guns no matter what on this one Leviathan. And if the melee weapons have that same little hole right there, that little 4mm hole, I'll be able to magnetize all of the arms and just swap freely whatever I want my Leviathans to have. So that's pretty exciting. Thanks to whoever at Workshop decided to do that. That's a completely unnecessary hole, except for the fact that it fits a magnet. So I feel like somebody up there was being nice to us and designed this kit with magnets in mind. So here you go, a look at the Leviathan Siege Dreadnaught with the new ranged weapons and whether or not you can magnetize those arms. It looks like, thanks to some ingenious little holes pre-drilled, I don't have to do any cutting. I can just put in 5mm washers and my favorite 4mm by 2mm magnets for Magnet Baron and be ready to rock and roll. So big thanks for watching. We'll see you for more GMG reviews in the future. Textile Mash, Gaming. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that video. There are tons of other games already recorded for you to watch. Click over to my channel page if you haven't already, and have a look to the dozens of playlists full of videos. I guarantee you'll discover a game you haven't seen played before. I put out new videos 7 days a week, and every day is themed to a different genre as I continue to explore the wider world of gaming. Of course, none of that's possible without you, the viewer, so click a like and subscribe if you'd like to stay on top of what's happening here daily. My two kids and I are massively grateful to be able to have the flexibility of this job so I can always maximize my time with them. If you want to support me continue to put out this content, it's only possible because of my amazing backers on Patreon who support the studio, equipment, and model cost, as well as being how I make the bulk of my living. You can also help out by buying a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, a measuring gauge or widget from Death Ray Designs, or buying one of my games and supplements like Last Days, Gamma Wolves, and Blaster. As a way of showing my appreciation, patrons get early access to new games and supplements that I write throughout the course of the year. Huge thanks for watching, it really does help out, and happy gaming.